everyone, welcome back to my channel. Dilly is living. I am Dilly, and if you clicked on this video, you are incredible, amazing. Yep. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about losing weight in your 40s or late 30s or early 40s, because I really started my journey at 39 years old, and now I'm 40. I turned 40 this year in March. So I'm going to tell you how I started and how I got to where I am. Before, I'm just going to start from when I was young. And I'm going to make this video very quick. I'm a yapper, I'm a rambler, I can chat. So I'm gonna do my best to make this very quick. When I was younger, growing up, teenager, I was slim. I was always slim. I didn't really have to worry about my weight. And the only time I knew what my weight was when I went to the doctor and they weighed me, which, by the way, as a teenager and onward, up until I had my child, I was 129 pounds. Not 130, 129, always. Interesting. And I noticed the only time I would put on a significant amount of weight is when I traveled to the US for the summer. And maybe it's because I was eating differently. Maybe it was the things that I was eating, a lot of junk. I associate America with Doritos, and at the time, vending machines. I always like to put my money in the vending machine and get soda from the vending machine, Doritos, and whatever else. And then by the time I reached back to Jamaica, I would put on with. I'm talking about as a child, and when I was a teenager, and I would just go spend some time. And then when I came back to Jamaica, I would drop the weight really quickly. But I really didn't have to worry about my weight. I was always slim. I have a mother who has always struggled with her weight, and my father, whom I get my genes from, and we'll get back to that. So yeah, slim girl, slim. I had my child when I was 23 years old, and I feel like I bounced back at a pretty decent time frame. I think I had this one uncle who, when I did get back slim, he did say that after being pregnant I was going to, this was going to be it for me. I was going to blow up, and I was like, okay. I didn't think about it then, but now I know what he was saying. I'll also get back to that ties in with my father. So yes, slim, had baby, came back, but I did notice something different. Even though I was slim, and especially slim for after having a baby, there was something different with my midsection. Now all of a sudden I have had and still have hate handles. They're not love to me, baby. Hate handles, a muffin top. And it bothered me, but also I was still slim, so I wasn't really focusing on it. But when women have that, I never really had that. I just was slim. But now, not just slim, now I'm, instead of having this, which I didn't have, I just had this, now I have this on my stomach. So there came high-rise jeans, high-rise anything, just to cover that. And that was my only issue. And I continued on with life. I really wasn't paying attention to fitness or my body. I was slim. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. So then when I was in New York, I moved to New York. I started to get into the gym. I started to like going to the gym. But the thing about it is, when I started the gym, I did not know anything about going to the gym or doing anything. I'd be on the treadmill, I'd be on the Stairmaster, just basic stuff, regular stuff. And then, watching YouTube videos, YouTube University, I started doing HIIT training. And because while living in the States, I was gaining some extra weight, which I was not used to. And then I also attributed that to getting older. You know, by my early 30s, I would go to the gym, but I was not very consistent with it. When I did become a bit consistent, it was HIIT training. I did have a bad spell though, where I eat a lot. Well, not anymore, but at the time I ate a lot of food, and I don't feel like I really ever got full. Like, and if the food is in front of me, I'm eating. Like, my man will have a plate of food, and if he has one forkful left, all you need is that, like, that's all you have left in your plate. That one forkful will take that up. If his stomach is done, he cannot push it. I can. I will eat it. I will eat it all, and I will eat your food and your food and your food. Yes. Also, when I had moved to New York, when I was living in Jamaica, I'd always eaten meat. When I moved to New York, only a few months in did I stop eating meat. And so I started experimenting with a lot of different flavors, a lot of different foods. No meat. I tried vegan for a while. That didn't work, but strictly no meat, no egg, just legumes, vegetables, rice, lots and lots of rice. I love rice. But then when you eat the amount of rice I was eating, of course it's going to do something to you. I started doing intermittent fasting, but breaking your fast when you're doing intermittent fasting, breaking your fast when you're doing any type of fast is very important. I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention to that. So while intermittent fasting was helping me, what I was breaking my fast with was setting me back, which I didn't know. But I did start to consistently go to the gym. I was working somewhere where the gym was right beside it, so I would go there during my lunch break, do a little HIIT, Stairmaster, some, you know, just stuff I would see on the internet, and kind of just replicate that and just look at the exercises and do that. And I think that it kept my body from not necessarily losing weight, but not gaining weight. I think if I wasn't exercising, I would have gained a whole lot of weight. So even though I was not exercising the proper way, it was helping me. Then COVID came. The lockdown happened in New York City. Crazy. And while I was going to the gym regularly, I could not go anymore. Now, while a lot of people had said they gained a lot of weight, they were walking to the fridge, they were just eating, there was nothing else to do, they were just eating. I was the complete opposite. I was doing home workouts. I cannot do push-ups, but I was trying. I was doing sit-ups. I was doing standing workouts. Right in my room, I would just be doing any little exercise that I could. So I didn't gain weight, and my body started to look nice, a little different. So that lockdown affected my body in a good way. So that was a good thing. But I would always try to stay active, do some type of walking, some type of exercise. And then 2022, I moved to Florida, and then things went downhill. So 2022, I believe I was 37. I was 37. And when I first moved to Florida, I got a job at a restaurant as a hostess. Free food or food half off. I was surrounded by a lot of food, and I was eating. And especially when you go into a new environment, it takes a while for you to get into a routine. So my routine was working, trying to make money, and eating. I quickly moved on to a hotel. I was working at a hotel. First I was on the phones, then I was doing, I was at front desk. They would have food there all the time. Food, ordering pizza, ordering cakes. Someone was having a birthday, cake. I'm not even a person who really likes sweets, but a piece of cake here and there. Like, I would have a slice, but I never could finish a slice. I don't really like sweets, but I would still taste it. There was a Starbucks on property. Free Starbucks, free sugary drinks, free, just stuff all around me. And I was eating. And then I met a guy. And you know what happens? You start eating at restaurants, start going out to eat here, going out to eat there. Then later on, I discovered he could really cook, and he cooks. It's been years, 3 years. He cooks for me, he feeds me. But you know that initial beginning of a relationship where you just get comfortable and just eating. And I noticed that weight was coming on me. I've always been a medium. Even at 129 pounds, I was medium. I was just always a medium. And I had to start buying large pants. But I was still slim, you know? And I'll get to that because it's all coming, you know? Same thing with my father, my genes. I look skinny, slim, kind of. And then my large pants aren't fitting anymore. So I'm supposed to buy extra large pants? Okay, I'll draw the line. I can't do that. But it was still hard for me to not eat the good food presented to me, made for me. And I started to buy big t-shirts to basically cover, you know, my arms had gained weight. My midsection was pretty big, but my legs were skinny. And the way how I would cover it, no one that could be like, well, you know, I'm kind of big right now, whatever. No one would believe me or think that that's the case, you know? So here's the thing, and let's get to my dad and what my uncle said. I don't know how many people who are watching this have seen the video months ago with my father. So if you see how my father is shaped, so is his mother, so are his sisters, and now I have taken on that gene, which is skinny legs. I will never get hips, ass, or thighs. My legs will be skinny. And then a big midsection, big belly. And then your arms, you know, your arms kind of just go in proportion. And then there's this. They all have this, okay? So I began to notice it. So I'm realizing that, like, I'm a skinny fat. I think this is what a skinny fat is, because I don't really look fat and I can hide it very well. I just need a big t-shirt because my legs are skinny. So I was putting on big t-shirts, buying big t-shirts, and so even I was hiding it from myself. When my large pants couldn't fit me, I was like, okay, no. But it was not until Thanksgiving 2024. Funnily enough, I had started the gym around the 16th or 17th of November 2024. And then Thanksgiving was, I think, the 28th. And I was with my boyfriend and his family, and we were doing karaoke. And he was taking a video of me doing karaoke. And all I saw was belly. It was from the side, and all I could see was this big gut in front of me. And that's when I was like, okay, no. I'm becoming my father. My genes are kicking in heavy, and I refuse. This is what is in store for me in my life, and I rebuke it. So I had already started the gym. I had already started to eat a lot less. I was very, very mindful with what I was eating now. Technically, rice. You don't really gain weight with rice. It depends on your portion size. And my portion size with rice was very mature, very hefty. And if you made curry with white rice, especially jasmine rice, not only was I eating what's on my plate, I was going for seconds and thirds, and I would eat right from the pot that rice and eat. I had when it comes to rice, no self-control. So I had to cut it cold turkey. If I even take a spoonful, it's downhill. I'm eating. So it had to turn into me seeing it and just not having it. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it. But if I take a grain, it's over. So I have to see it and just not have it. Rice on a whole, see it and not see it. And the rice started to do something to me anyway. it started to like sit on my chest. Not even on my chest, like right here. It would just sit on the top of my stomach and not move, and I feel like it wasn't digesting, and I would be uncomfortable for days. So I'm like, okay, not only is it making me gain weight because of my lack of self-control, well, now it's actually not making me feel good. So stop eating the rice. I would eat pasta here and there, bread here and there, but not the way how I ate rice. But with not eating the rice, I stopped craving carbs like pasta and bread. I eat a lot of potatoes. I'm not a sweet potato person, but I'm not into sweets really. So I have a lot of potato, but I would mainly have like a salmon fillet with broccoli and mushrooms, and I would just try to stay away from, I don't know all the terms, the complex carbs, whatever, but the bread, the rice, the pasta, done with. Also soda. I used to be addicted to Pepsi. I stopped drinking Pepsi for years, but then I discovered mango Pepsi and I got addicted to that, and I had to cut that out as well. So no soda, basically water. The only thing I would drink is cranberry juice, and I would also dilute that with water, because sometimes, you eat like a fish, you need like a taste to get that out of your mouth. That would be cranberry juice. I don't really like other juices. I've never been a juice person. I liked Pepsi. So no soda, no rice, no pasta, no bread. And I started walking every day. Well, most days. I started walking most days. And say I had ate dinner late. Luckily, I live in a place where I feel very comfortable and safe to walk at night. My boyfriend would come with me, but we would walk at night. So I'm like, let me just walk off this food, even just a little walk around the neighborhood. I think that helped. So let me just say, starting in the middle of November, changing my diet and starting to work out. So that was like, say, November 16th. December 19th, my boyfriend's family has a Christmas party. And that was the hugest I'd ever been. And I didn't understand that, because I started a whole thing. It's been over a month and I'm huge. And I don't know if that was like, it gets worse before it gets better type of situation. But luckily it didn't discourage me. I feel like it may discourage people, like, I'm not even losing weight, and look at all this, I'm sacrificing so much. I'm going for walks, I've started the gym, I'm on the treadmill, I'm doing the row machine, and those are my three: row machine, treadmill, and Stairmaster. Those are my three machines that I need. And I'm doing this, and I'm even huger than before. But by the end of this, maybe beginning of January, I stayed consistent. I continued with my diet, I continued with my exercise, and then I started to see something. So initially, I think I got worse. I think I got bigger. And then I started to see the change after. And so I kept at it. I kept going. And by the way, if you've been following my story, in October of 2024 is when I finally got my green card and I could travel. And I knew that I was not going to be able to get to Jamaica for Christmas, but I'm going to go for my birthday, which is in March. And so I need to lose weight for March, because I'm going back to Jamaica as a hot blood clot gal. So my mission was to lose something by March. And I did. I lost a good amount of pounds. So when I came to Jamaica, I wasn't where I wanted to be, but I felt so much better. I felt good. I was like, ooh, look at me in a bikini. I didn't show too much. There's some videos where I was like, no, I'm kind of like, I don't show the belly, clipping out this, but I felt a lot better. I definitely liked where I was heading, and so I kept at it. What I would do, a big thing, was I still intermittent fast. And remember earlier I said I wasn't breaking my fast properly. I started doing more research. I started breaking my fast with protein. And when you don't eat meat, that's a little hard. Like, I was like, I wish I ate egg. I don't like egg. So I was breaking my fast with tuna, canned salmon, salmon fillet. And I do like those impossible meats. And I know that's probably not good. I'm probably not like the best source of protein, but I did, and it helped me. So I did do that. Sardine, mackerel, anything that I was able to eat and be okay with eating. Before I knew better, I'd be breaking my fast with cheese crunches on a coffee, goldfish on a coffee, toast on a coffee. No, I broke my fast with protein. Even if it was protein and some air fried potato, something like that. When it came to my meals, I was very mindful of not eating carbs and not eating too much of, I hadn't eaten rice. Rice was done for. So it was pretty much potato. Come July, I think it was May. I was at the beach. This was, I had actually done a video of when I just came back to America and I went to the beach. And I took some pictures and my body looked not good. Now, I do not have an ass. I will never have an ass. That's just not in the wheelhouse for me. But I took a picture from behind. I wanted to see what was going on. And the little ass that I have, the no ass that I have was droopy. It looked horrible. And I was like, wow, okay, how can I fix this? And then I introduced weight training. Now, weight training is where I saw a difference. So now about a month after I took those pictures, after doing weight training consistently, at least 3 times a week at least, a month and a half after that, I took another set of pictures and the change in my body was significant. Now, I'm gonna show you the photos, but they're not great. It's a work in progress. So I'm not like, oh, look at it's not the best, but I want to show you where I was in May and then where I got to in July. I'm going to put the dates after doing weight training during that time. It really, really made the biggest difference. And also with these photos, I'm going to say I was focused on my ass. I didn't realize the amount of back fat that I have. And it's like when I look in the mirror, you're just looking in the mirror. Yeah, I could see it, but I can't see it. And that's why I'm going to say progress pictures are so important. Take your progress pictures, because when you take those progress pictures, you're going to see things that you didn't see before. And the camera is not very flattering, and I think it does add more pounds, or not pounds, it adds more weight. It does something. But when you take those photos and you see the difference from when you started and where you're at now, at that present time, it is very helpful and it was very motivating. So I continued with my weight training. So as of the end of August, I had lost over 30 pounds, about 33, maybe 34, around there, but over 30 pounds. So from November 2024 to August 2025, I have lost 40 pounds. So there's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of work, a lot of learning and researching and changing the way I do things. Some things I stuck with, other things I definitely started new things, other things I stopped. But I would say the biggest thing right now is weight training. Unfortunately, I had to quit the gym because if you're following my journey, I'm not working at this time and I just could not pay for the gym anymore. But the moment that I'm able to, whether I get another job or something great happens and I'm making money from here and, I'm going to be back in the gym. Weight training is the best thing. And when I'm working out and doing my weight training, I feel so good. I feel good during, even when it's hard, and I feel great after. I love it, and now it's something that I just will be a part of my life. I'm hoping that one day I'm gonna get a trainer one day, and I want to work with a trainer, because people always say, you can transform your body, you can, with weight training, you can transform your body with exercise. Well, I want to transform my body. I'm ready to transform my body, and I do believe that it will work, because the short time that I've been doing it, I see a significant difference. I know it's going to take some time, but I'm ready to put in the work. But I will say this, I would do lipo. Yeah, I would do a lipo around my midsection, and I would get rid of this too. However you get rid of this, I'd do that too. And the reason being is because my jeans are never going to leave me. I'm one burger away. I don't eat burger. Well, if it's an impossible burger, I'll eat it. But if I lose any amount of discipline, if I start eating rice or something again, it's not gonna take a lot for my genes to kick in and this belly to just pronounce itself. And now I have this big gut in front of me. I feel like because it's my genes and it's not something that I can run away from. Yes, I can work hard and continue to sacrifice and continue to put in the work. Yes, and I will. But I just think it will always be difficult to be fighting this belly because listen, my legs get skinnier. Ever it gets skinnier while my belly is also slimming down. But then my legs are just continuing to get skinny. And while my belly is coming, it's still very much there. And so like they say, you cannot spot reduce. I wish I could just spot reduce my belly, but I don't want my legs to get any skinnier while I'm losing weight, just to get my stomach down. And I think this will always be a struggle for me because of my genes. I want to get rid of it. I would do lipo because it's just too, it's going to be a struggle for me for the rest of my life. And I don't want to be older with this big gut in front of me and the skinny legs. And while I continue to work on my body, I don't want to have to struggle with this belly while my legs are getting skinny. I don't want my legs to be any skinnier than they are now. But the more I exercise, yes, and I'm going to do more weight training on my legs to get some muscle in it, but it's still just skinny. And then my stomach is still like I'm very wide. Like I would like to come in a bit more, but I'm very wide. So I would do lipo, I really would. But in the meantime, since I don't have the funds for that, I will, and as soon as I can get back in the gym, I will. But weight training, and like what the gym people say, the nutritionist, being a caloric deficit, I just say I eat less. I don't want to say the nutritional terms or the professional terms because I'm not a professional. Oh, I'm supposed to do a disclaimer. Should I put this in the front of the video? Obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you how I lost, me, over 30 pounds. Like I just told you little things here and there. But I'm just telling you, I have lost 40 pounds. 40. See? I wish. I've lost over 30 pounds. And this is a little bit that I did. And I'm going to continue to work at it. And even at this age, they do say that it is very important to do strength training for your bones, especially for women. And I gotta tell you, I love it. And I recommend. So me at 40, it was a lot more difficult to lose weight. I had to work hard for it. I had to sacrifice for it. But I'm feeling great. Like, I am happier with how my body is now. It's still not where I want it to be because of the struggle that I have with my midsection. And I do want muscle definition in my legs, but I am happy from where I was to where I am now, and I will continue to work at it. But yeah, that is my story of how I lost 30 pounds. It's a quick story, I think. Yeah, I feel like I just told the basics of what I did, but yeah, I'm not a professional. I just watched YouTube videos of what people were doing and incorporated certain things into my life. For instance, I didn't even tell you guys this. When I fast, I like a 36-hour fast. I can do that and I will see a difference. When I've tried the OMAD, 1 meal a day, that did not help me. That didn't help me lose any pounds. That didn't help me. If anything, I just stayed at the same weight. So, I guess that's good for maintenance, but I didn't really like it. A 36-hour fast once in a while, like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. I like that. I've done a 48-hour fast, a little bit longer than that. I haven't fully reached a 3-day yet. I'm striving for a 3-day, then hopefully 7 days and beyond. So I'm just saying, like, I've tried OMAD from what I've seen on YouTube. That didn't work for me. So I stopped that. So whatever I saw that I'm like, okay, that's interesting, I'll try that. I would figure out, well, this worked or this didn't work. And then I would just go and work with what worked for me. So yeah, I think I've said everything. I don't know. I don't write notes, and I always like, oh gosh, I should have said that. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Like I said, I'm very happy with where I am now. I'm still not at where I want to be, but I am working on it. Yeah, that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something from this video. Remember, this is what worked for me. I'm not a professional, but yeah, if you feel like you wanted to try and lose some weight and things weren't working, try something else. And remember, I said when I first started, after a month, I looked bigger than I ever had before, but I continued. So sometimes push yourself to go forward and don't let little things discourage you. Continue and just find out what works for you. I'm gonna, as usual, keep repeating myself and rambling, so I'm gonna end the video here. If you've made it to the end of the video, you're nice, real nice, bad, real nice. Yeah, if you want to leave me an emoji, you could leave me that, or like a dumbbell. You see, I'm working on the arms, but they're better than they were before, like way better than they were before. So yeah, I'd like to get rid of this, you know, working on it, weight training, and I'm going to continue walking as well. But yes, leave me those weights. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.